Hello, everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to OPJEMS Engineering and Management Scholarship 2020. My name is Ghazal Watts, and I am absolutely delighted and thrilled to be a host for this fantastic day ahead. And I'd like to welcome all the scholars, all our dignitaries, their family members, and everybody who's a part of this August gathering. Thank you very much for taking time out. Thank you very much for joining us today. And thank you very, very much for making this day look as glorious as it looks today with your valuable presence. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. First thing first, I hope all of you are keeping yourselves safe. All of you are staying at home unnecessarily, not venturing out. And I hope all of you are following all the rules and regulations laid out by the government in order to combat this pandemic that all of us are stuck in. Ladies and gentlemen, these are absolutely very challenging times. And we want all of you to take care of yourself because you're very, very precious for us. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you once again. I'd like to begin the day by extending a very warm welcome to our dignitaries who have joined us here today. Please help me in extending a very warm welcome to Srimati Savitri Jindal ji, Honorable Chairperson Emeritus. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining us. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. P.R. Jindal ji, Chairman Jindal Saw. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We'd also like to welcome Mr. Sajjan Jindal ji, Chairman JSW. Sir, a very warm welcome to you as well, and thank you very much for joining us. With him, ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Mr. Ratan Jindal ji, Chairman Jindal Stainless. A very warm welcome to you as well, sir. And also, I'd like to welcome today Mr. Naveen Jindal, Chairman Jindal Steel and Power Limited. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to begin the day by dedicating a few lines to all the achievers out there. They say, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. Well, everybody, this is an evening that is dedicated to all you achievers who participated in the legacy program of OP Jindal Group, that is OPJEMS, OP Jindal Engineering and Management Scholarship, which aims at promoting academic and leadership excellence. Held across 40 various institutes of management and engineering all across India. After a series of rigorous assessments and interviews, we have shortlisted 100 scholars who we believe have the potential to reinforce the values and visions of Sri O.P. Jindal ji. We believe you will be at the forefront of a global change and will influence the world for a better tomorrow. How about we start the day with a round of applause for each one of you out there for putting your best foot forward and for accomplishing this huge, successful task that you've done for yourself. Come on, everybody out there, give it up for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a huge, huge round of applause. Everybody. Wow. You truly deserve this. Well, on behalf of OP Jindal Group, once again, we welcome you today on this felicitation ceremony of OPJEMS, which commenced on the 7th of August, 2020, the birth anniversary of our founding father, Sri OP Jindal ji, who has always been such a great source of inspiration to all of us. A visionary, everyone, power, excellence, a true leader who believed in giving every deserving person a chance and inspired millions to follow their dreams. A visionary who dreamt and saw the need of Atmanirbhar Bharat 50 years ago. He is and forever will be our guiding force. May I now request all of you to kindly give a round of applause to pay a tribute to this great visionary who has transformed lives of so many out there through his inspiring work. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause and express our gratitude towards him for making this dream come true. And I hope wherever he is, he's blessing us all. And now, ladies and gentlemen, It is time for me to officially commence the day with a note from Mr. Abhyuday Jindalji, our Honorable Managing Director, Jindal Stainless Steel. Please put your hands together for Mr. Abhyuday Jindalji as he joins us to address each one of you today.
And congratulate you to be a part of this. I sincerely hope that this serves to be a stepping stone in your journey towards nation building. Thank you, Jai Hind. Hi everyone, I'm glad to be part of this prestigious scholarship event in the memory of my grandfather and our founding father, Shri OPJEMS Felicitation. It is my privilege to address my esteemed family members, my colleagues, and some of the most and the best minds in the country across technical and management domains. However much I would have liked to interact with all of you on a face-to-face basis, this is the new normal and we must do this virtually till things are a little more stable. You may be already aware this scholarship program is aimed to encourage those budding scholars who believe in the vision of Shri O.P. Jindal-ji. The vision to create a society where excellence, innovation and community empowerment become the pillars of holistic and sustainable growth for our country. This program was initiated way back in 2007 by the O.P. Jindal group of companies to reward and award meritorious students from top-tier engineering and management schools. In the last 5 years, more than 500 students have been awarded with this coveted scholarship. Once again, we are rolling out this program to over 40 prestigious institutes across the country with a scholarship value of 1.5 lakh rupees for management students and 80,000 rupees for engineering students. I once again would like to welcome you all to the ceremony and congratulate you to be a part of this. I sincerely hope that this serves to be a stepping stone in your journey towards nation building. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for inspiring all of us with your words here today. Thank you very much for that address once again. And now moving forward, the next speaker I'd like to invite on the stage, everyone, is our Honorable Managing Director, Jindal Saw Limited. Please put your hands together for Ms. Sminu Jindalji joining us next.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad to be part of this prestigious scholarship event in the memory of our founding father, my grandfather, Sri O.P. Jindalji. It is a pleasure and honor to address the esteemed family members, my colleagues, and best minds of the country across technical and management domains. Though for all the past years, we have been meeting in person as a part of this ceremony. However, the pandemic has taught us a new way of going all virtual. We all have gathered here to emulate the vision and values of Sri O.P. Jindalji and felicitate the identified future leaders who possess high potential in creating a difference to the society and accelerate academic and entrepreneurial excellence. It was in 2007 when the group companies initiated OPJEMS aimed to identify and reward 80 meritorious students from top tier engineering colleges and 20 from the top tier management schools in India. In last 5 years, more than 500 students have been awarded with this coveted scholarship. This program awards 100 deserving students from 40 prestigious institutes across the country and awards scholarship to the value of management, Indian rupees 150,000 per student, engineering, Indian rupees 80,000 per student. Along with this, each of these 100 students will receive the silver medals and certificate of merit. I once again welcome you all to this ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for the address. And now moving forward, the next speaker we'd like to extend an invitation is our Honorable Chairperson Emeritus, everyone. Please put your hands together and help me in welcoming Srimati Savitri Jindal ji.
नमस्कार। तमसो माँ ज्योतिर्गमय, अस्तो माँ सद्गमय, मृत्योर्मा मृतगमय। इंजीनियरिंग और मैनेजमेंट के मेधावी छात्र छात्राओं, ऑनलाइन उपस्थित सम्मानित देवियों और सज्जनों, ओपी जिंदल इंजीनियरिंग एंड मैनेजमेंट स्कॉलरशिप 2020 के लिए आयोजित आज के इस समारोह में ओपी जिंदल ग्रुप की ओर से मैं आप सभी का स्वागत व हार्दिक अभिनंदन करती हूँ। मैं सबसे पहले उन 100 प्रतिभाशाली बच्चों को बधाई देती हूँ जो अपनी मेहनत और लगन से इस स्कॉलरशिप के हकदार बने। ये मेरे लिए बहुत ही खुशी की बात है क्योंकि मैं उन युवाओं के बीच में हूँ जो इस देश के भावी कर्णधार हैं। ओपी जिंदल ग्रुप प्रत्येक वर्ष आप जैसी प्रतिभाओं को सम्मानित करता है ताकि आप जिम्मेदार प्रोफेशनल के रूप में मानवता की सेवा करें, राष्ट्र निर्माण में अपना योगदान दें। ग्रुप के संस्थापक ओपी जिंदल साहब कहते थे कि देश में संपन्नता शिक्षा के माध्यम से ही आएगी। हम अच्छे इंजीनियर और अच्छे मैनेजर तैयार करेंगे तभी आत्मनिर्भर भारत का हमारा सपना साकार होगा। यह स्कॉलरशिप उन सपनों को ही समर्पित है ताकि आपके योगदान से प्रत्येक देशवासी के चेहरे पर मुस्कान आए और हमें आप और आपकी उपलब्धियों पर गर्व हो। जब देश आज़ाद हुआ था तब हम पिछड़े थे, लेकिन आप जैसी प्रतिभाओं के योगदान से भारत आज दुनिया की 5वीं बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था है। मुझे विश्वास है कि आप लोग अपनी प्रतिभा से राष्ट्र की भूमि को सींचेंगे तो निश्चित रूप से सफलता का एक नया अध्याय लिखा जाएगा। आपके उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए ईश्वर से कामना। इन्हीं शुभकामनाओं के साथ आप सभी को पुनः बधाई। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us and for addressing all of us here today with your valuable words. Thank you very much once again. So with this, I would once again like to express the gratitude to our speakers who joined us here today and motivated all of us with their wonderful talks. Thank you very much once again. And now moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, the most awaited part of the day is almost here. Yes, it is time for us to commence the felicitation ceremony of the day. Yes, everybody, brace yourselves up because it is now turn for you to rise and shine. Now time for us to felicitate all of you here today on this grand occasion. And we begin with our first award category. This is the management category. I'd like to begin by felicitating Abhishek Kumar today. Congratulations, Abhishek. Congratulations, Abhishek. We'd also like to felicitate today Aditi Chandak, everyone. Congratulations, Aditi. Also, everybody, please put your hands together for Akash Agrawal. Congratulations, Akash. Also, please put your hands together for Antara Machunda. We'd also like to felicitate today Anuj Jain. Congratulations. Also, let's congratulate Anushka Dahiya. Congratulations, Anushka. The next name on the list, ladies and gentlemen, is Arpit Singh. Also, please put your hands together for Arunabh Saxena. And we'd also like to felicitate today Devansh Shah, everyone. Congratulations, Devansh. Also, please give it up for Kanika Sachdeva. Congratulations, Kanika. We'd also like to felicitate today Mansi Pradhan. Congratulations, Mansi. Also, the next name on the list is Mebin Dominic. Congratulations. Give it up, everyone, for Prateek Garg. Let's put our hands together for Radhika Chapolia. Congratulations, Radhika. And we'd also like to felicitate today Ruchika Sikarwar. Congratulations, Ruchika. Also, give it up, everyone, for Rushabh Raikar. Congratulations, Rushabh. And the next name we'd like to felicitate today is Sarthak Dangwal, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Sarthak. Also, please put your hands together for Soumyashri Basu. Congratulations, Soumyashri. And we'd also like to felicitate today Venkatesh Mohan Samudrala. Congratulations, Venkatesh. And also, please put your hands together for Yachna Agrawal. Congratulations, Yachna. So with this, we would once again like to congratulate these 20 awardees from the management category. We have a lot more, but for now, I have a very special presentation for all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, O.P. Jindal ji always used to say कि फैक्ट्री में काम करने वाला कर्मचारी नहीं बल्कि मेरे परिवार का एक हिस्सा है जिसका सुख और दुख मेरा सुख और दुख है. Ladies and gentlemen, we have created a special performance to give you a glimpse of the inspiring journey, the life of this great industrialist, a social reformer, a man of principles, Shri O.P. Jindal ji. Please take a look. Wow, this was magnificent. Thank you very much once again for sharing this glorious journey of OP Jindalji with all of us here today via your beautiful sand art. Thank you very much, and I hope all of you enjoyed watching this. And with this, now, ladies and gentlemen, time for us to move forward towards the next segment of awards for today. And this time we would be felicitating our scholars from the engineering category. I'd like to begin the felicitation with Akash Bhatt, everyone. Congratulations, Akash. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Akash Kumar. Congratulations to you as well. And we'd also like to felicitate today Amandeep Sandhu. Congratulations, Amandeep. Also, give it up, everyone, for Anamika Pramod. Congratulations, Anamika. Next, we'd like to felicitate today Anmol Panda. Congratulations, Anmol. Also, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Anshu Kumar. Congratulations, Anshu. We'd also like to felicitate today Anurag Upadhyay. Also give it up for Arnab Ari. Congratulations. We'd also like to felicitate today Ashutosh Mishra. Congratulations, Ashutosh. And now please put your hands together for Astha Maurya, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Astha. The next name on the list to be felicitated today is Arthav Anand Joshi. Arthav Anand Joshi. Congratulations, Mr. Joshi. And we'd also like to congratulate today Atharv Karnajgaonkar. Congratulations. Also, please give it up for Ayan Jain. Let's also make some noise, everybody, for Ayush Pratyush. Congratulations, Ayush. We'd also like to congratulate today Bhuvan Agrawal. Also, give it up for Gaurav Samal, everyone. Let's also congratulate Guhan Siddharth M. Also, give it up for Harsh Govil. Congratulations. And we'd also like to felicitate today Harshdeep Singh. Congratulations, Mr. Singh. Also, let's hear it for Ishu Kumar. Congratulations. And the next name to be felicitated today is Kajal Agrawal. And we'd also like to acknowledge today Karthik Rao M for the wonderful work that is done. Karthik. Congratulations. Let's also congratulate Karthikeya Badola. Congratulations, Mr. Badola. And we'd also like to felicitate today Karthikeya Agrawal. Let's also hear it for Kimaya Prasad Surerao. Congratulations, Kimaya. And the next name to be felicitated today is Kumar Siddhant. And we'd also like to felicitate today Kush Agrawal. Let's also hear it from Mahesh Kumar Shanti Kumar Nimbal. And time for us to congratulate Mainak Chakrabarti as well. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now put our hands together for Manan Agrawal. So with this, we'd like to congratulate all the winners of this category, which was the engineering category so far. We've got many more to be felicitated today. Do not go anywhere. And now moving up ahead, time for me to invite on stage our next speaker of the day. I'd like to request our CHRO Jindal Steel and Power Limited, Mr. Pankaj Lochan, to kindly join us and address the gathering.
A very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Chairperson Emeritus, Srimati Savitri Devi Jindal ji, and all the family members of the OP Jindal Group for motivating us to maintain the legacy of our founding father, Sri OP Jindal ji, our beloved Bauji. I pay my sincerest tributes to Bauji. I am very delighted and honored to be a part of this prestigious scholarship event, OPJEMS, and on behalf of the OP Jindal Group, would like to congratulate all the scholars who are being rewarded with this exceptional achievement. We are very proud of you and we are sure that you will make it big in your life ahead. Through this monumental event, we remember the vision and values of Sri O.P. Jindal ji and felicitate the success of the identified scholars who we see as future leaders with high potential in creating a difference to the society. A very warm welcome to each one of you and once again congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your valuable words with us here today. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time for me to invite on stage a very special guest who has joined us, founder and CEO of a space organization, Space Kids India, Chennai, the first ambassador to the top 3 space research centers, NASA, ESA, and GCTC space camps. Mission director for designing and launching 12 balloon satellites 2 suborbital satellite and 1 orbital satellite, Kalamsat and Kalamsat V2, which has created history by being the lightest and first ever 3D printed satellite. Built numerous world records apart from being featured in Forbes magazine and numerous international magazines as a pioneer in women-led Indian space organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, her belief of building a new youthful India, making space economical and reachable by every Indian student is her motto. Creating as many young scientists for our country is the mission. Recipient of numerous awards, the best being the Regal British Award at the House of Lords, UK, and Name in Science Award from Oxford University. Pride of India from CNBC, to name a few. We will be now joined by Dr. Srimati Keshan, everyone. She has shared her corona journey as well with us. She believes that we as a team for the very first day of lockdown started distributing homemade medical concoction to the count of 500 per day to the households and the police force. We did not just stop there. We went on to distribute to these areas soap oils 2595 and the regular masks, and also prepared sanitizers at home around 2500 in numbers. To reach a person's heart is through their stomach, and especially at such a pressing hour, preparing and distributing food was our calling, as we served 1,000 packs a day along with the food packets. Sufficient drinking water was also distributed. She also shared that this whole exercise became a part of the team's routine, and with an enthusiastic heart, they were looking forward to extending this service every day. Directing our service toward providing dog feed, homemade medical concoction, home cooked food, drinking water, tea, coffee, and condiments in total for nearly 56,786 people, and close to hundreds of dogs at and around the Madras High Court during these 4 months, in which we adhered to the needs of around 2,500 life-threatened migrant workers, and more importantly, the tribes, police officials, traffic police, firefighters who were lodged in various extensions of the city. And with almost satisfaction, this team has served a sizable number of the deprived, not only in Chennai, but 1,000 tribes of Kanyakumari too. It also reached out to 3,000 leprosy-struck families, 100 physically challenged families, apart from funding the school and college fees for a few children. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me an immense pleasure and an absolute honor to be inviting next on the stage. Please put your hands together, everyone, for Dr. Srimati Keshan, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, dear. I'm so happy that you pronounced, my surname very correctly. Most of the times it is Kesavan, and I'm like, who is that? So thank you very much, and you're very bubbly. I'm so happy to be here in this prestigious scholarship, giving ceremony. And we all know Mr. O.P. Jindal, not because he was a minister, but a philanthropist. I mean, he's done so many philanthropic activities when he was alive. And now, even after so many years, I think the legacy continues and the family is continuing to do that. So I'm extremely honored to be speaking at this forum today. Well, I'm not able to see any of you children here, but I guess you are all happy today that your names are being called out for this special meritorious scholarship that your hard work is won. Well, when I say this, I have to tell you, I think the compere has already mentioned that we had launched satellites, and everybody is going to be looking up and saying, satellites? Satellites? I think only ISRO or NASA, and now, of course, SpaceX, only they launch. I mean, even Indian private organization called Space Kids India, do they also launch satellites? Yes, children, you're right. We are the only organization in the country who have launched about 12 balloon sats, 2 suborbital sat, And with a satellite launch yesterday, we also have launched 2 orbital satellites. So if you Google and see, there is Kalamsat V2, and of course Satish Dhawan Sat, which went into space yesterday. And I'm sure you're all engineering students, so I will like to give you a small brief about the satellite that we launched yesterday, the Satish Dhawan Sat. It is a 3U satellite. I'm sure you all engineering students must be knowing what a 3U means. So 3U satellite, and it weighed about 1.9 kilograms. The mass was 1.9 kilograms. The first payload, the primary payloads that we put into the satellite was a radiation counter to measure the solar minimal. You all know that this year we are facing the solar minimal, and once in 11 years, this phase occurs, and where there is less amount of solar energy being dispersed. And we wanted to study that, and hence we have a radiation counter placed in our satellite. Apart from that, we have also placed a magnetometer to study the magnetic field of South Atlantic magnetic anomaly and the Earth's magnetic field. And children, there is one other special feature that we tried. Well, this is a technology demonstrative satellite, and what we have tried here is called a LoRa, L-O-R-A, LoRa, which means long range in simple terms. That is, it's an M2M communication, and through IoT, we were trying to, use minimal power and extend data to a wide range. It will occupy a wide range, but with minimal power, we wanted to send more data. And very happy and ecstatic actually to be sharing that our satellite is healthy, and it did send its high voices down. And we are so happy that we could speak to our satellite yesterday. The launch happened in the morning at about 10:24, and by late evening, we started getting the signals from the satellite. The journey of making a satellite is definitely a very special one, close to my heart. Before that, I probably should share with you whatever I have been through as a child and how my transition happened as an adult who is now launching satellites. So if I was, in person meeting you, I think it would have been more fun interacting with you all. And I generally love to have an interactive crowd where I distribute medals for all the questions that I ask. So probably the next time when I'm going to meet you all, I'm going to give away those medals. I really feel sad that I'm not able to meet you people, but though I'm not able to meet you people, I am trying to think that I have so many audience in front of me. Well, to speak about a little about my childhood, I was an all-rounder from Hyderabad, and a 10-time national basketball player, a state athlete, and an NCC cadet. I was the best cadet of Andhra Pradesh NCC. I went up to the Delhi Republic Day representing my state as the best cadet, and I have jumped the parachute. You all know, right? What is paratrooping? Jumping from an helicopter, 36,000 feet. So I did that. I was a paratrooper, and I was the parade commander for various parades. So now you know why my voice is so loud, right? Okay, so with all these accolades, in one of the parades, General K.D. Krishna Rao was the chief guest. I wanted to pursue medicine and I wanted to be an armed forces doctor. But, it's all wishes. Then reality was something else. I pursued my pre-graduation into pure science, but then moved into graduation. I could only pursue commerce because I was completely into basketball and NCC. So what happened during this parade was General K.V. Krishna Rao was so impressed by my parade and my extracurricular activities, and he mentioned that he was going to put me, or recommend my name into the armed forces. So my dream was coming true. Don't you think so? I wanted to be an armed forces doctor, but even though if I was not a doctor, at least I was getting into the armed forces. But what happened? Destiny played a different card. Destiny played a different card, and my father pulled out my wedding card and handed to him and mentioned that we were going to be leaving that evening to Chennai. That's where I live now, to Chennai, and I was getting married in a week's time. You can imagine, right? An all-rounder who was going to get into armed forces, and destiny played a different card, and I get into the wedlock. So everything changed. Everything changed. I gave a salute with a sword, and from next week I started making dosas with spatula. So now from sword to spatula, my life moved. Here in India, predominantly, of course not now, but prior to, say, about 20 years ago. Now, don't calculate my age, children. Please, please, please. I'm very young, and I should be the youngest today in your crowd. Don't you think so? Okay. So, keeping that apart, as you know, the Indian societal pressure is for a woman to get married, and she will be at home taking care of the family, which would be priority, and children, husband. So this is the primary requisite of a woman, or the role play of a woman when she gets married. And same was my condition, where I got married, and my husband was doing good. He was in a private firm, and so my family thought, why do we need more money so she can sit at home? So from an all-rounder, I became a round woman sitting at home. That round women sitting at home. But you know what, children? There was one small bug in me which kept itching and which kept saying, Srimati, you are not just born to be a wife, a homemaker, a mother, or a wife to somebody. You are born to do something, to create a difference in the society, to do something for this country. I kept thinking what I was going to do. Without my family's knowledge, I went and lent my voice for ad films and documentaries. I choreographed a lot of fashion shows, but everything was under the wraps because my family didn't like, what I was doing. So I couldn't expose what I was doing. The little time that I get, when my husband goes to office and my daughter goes to school, I was juggling between all these things. And one day they found out that I was doing like this, and that's the last, and everything went on to wraps. And again, I was back home. That's okay. When we have the determination and grit to pursue things, to push ourselves and to move forward, thinking that there is a possibility, there is an opportunity in every negativity, then we are winners. Nobody is going to come and hold our hands and pull us out. It is we ourselves who have to motivate ourselves and put that first step first. That one step is going to be the most difficult step. But if we are able to take that one first step, then I think we will be the most successful women. I mean, men or women, I should say. We don't need to think about others. We cannot compare ourselves with others. Think what you need to be and how far you need to go. Don't build in dependency. Now you are all engineers. It is not that you need to think of getting into a job and you need to think that somebody was going to employ you. Startup India, startup culture is growing so much in India. So please think out of the box. Don't think on the regular norms. Tweak the ideas. Do something different. And I'm very sure you're going to be the successful lot. And please, children, don't keep thinking that you will have to go to the West to create a good life, a good future. There is a big future waiting in India. Now, if Mr. Jindal had to think of the same things in the same line, he would have gone abroad. But he didn't do that. He started a steel project. And apart from building in the steel industry, he moved on to politics. And we need children, we need more leaders. We need leaders. We do not need followers. And the youth population in our country, I think you should awaken. You should march in front and take India forward. Well, coming back to my life, I had a 16 years of sabbatical after my wedding, and there comes a friend who gives me a hand and says, I think I have to come out of the cocoon and do something different. That's where I started off as an educational tourism company, a small startup where I was given the ambassador status to NASA space camps. And I had started taking children because I don't want to take a long time narrating what happened, the series of events. I just want to let you know briefly how I broke the clutches and I came forward and I moved into this life where I started taking children to NASA, subsequently to European Space Center, and now to the Russian Space Center. So it was a pride for a homemaker to now move on to be the ambassador for the 3 research centers. And from there, it is not like, if I start selling potatoes, I'm going to be selling potatoes all my life. So I started making chips out of it. So that chips is what is satellites. I started learning the nuances. I am not an engineer by profession, but I'm an entrepreneur. So I started hiring students. I started building a team of engineers, not first graded engineers. Believe me, children, I wanted passionate students in my team. So I handpicked about 7 of them and we started building satellites. I know it's very, very difficult. People must be thinking, oh my God, straight from college, how do you start building satellites? Well, we've done so much of research, so much of studying, so much of interaction. And I promise you, there is no mentor for us. We started making and breaking things. Our first baby step was in the year 2015, where we launched the first high altitude ballooning. It was a super success. From there on, no looking back. Then we started making suborbital satellite. And that is where the world's lightest and first ever 3D printed satellite was born from a gulab jamun. Can you believe me, children? From gulab jamun. The inspiration was from a gulab jamun. Yes, I made some gulab jamuns for my team after the success of a suborbital mission, and my lead scientist and my lead engineer were enjoying the gulab jamuns. They did not eat it. I asked them, why aren't you eating the gulab jamun? Please eat them. And they mentioned, they said, wow, it would be so beautiful if we are able to make a satellite as small as this. It's going to be very economical and we can definitely launch it somewhere. Hope we get some launch partner. I think the universe heard it. Children, that's the reason we keep telling you, please speak positive. Don't ever bring negativity into your life. Be it whatever difficulties you go through, just think this will pass, because Corona put us in, and for this whole year we were at home thinking what we were going to do. But I think post-Corona, I know it's not completely evaded from our country, across the globe too. In spite of that, there are so many entrepreneurs who are born, because from negativity, you need to find an opportunity. So a lot of them have found opportunities in that. And I'm sure you children also are going to start thinking about how to build a startup ecosystem, within your colleges or outside your college with your friends. Now moving back to the gulab jamun. Yes, so that's where this was born. The world's lightest and first ever 3D printed satellite the Kalamsat. This is the structure of the satellite. This went up the NASA's rocket Terrier Orion, and this was in the year 2017, 22nd June. This is the world's lightest. Subsequently, children, we were given an opportunity to build our first orbital satellite. This is the prototype of the satellite. This is Kalamsat. This is Kalamsat, and this is Kalamsat V2. And this you can Google and you can see what all we had sent in this. And this was sent by ISRO in the year 2019 on 24th of January. Well, we didn't stop at it because we did not get the signals from Kalamsat, because first ever time ISRO was sending this on the 4th stage, and we didn't have the nuances to get, and our solar panels did not function properly, and that's why power was not generated much and we did not get signals. So we were all very, very upset, but we never fell back. Every day we were thinking about how to build another satellite and how to get signals. And predominantly our thought process was, how economical can we build a satellite? Because I know it is very, very difficult even to pay tuition fees for an engineering college. So if that is the case, how are we going to build satellites? So that's the reason we designed our own satellite, the structure, the components, the PCB boards, everything in India. So indigenously built satellite, the Satish Dhawan Sat, was launched yesterday. And children, generally to build a satellite, it's going to cost you about 1 or 2 crores. The ground station will cost you about 1 or 2 crores. But, we Indians are very, very good with jugaad, right? The Mangal mission, Akshay Kumar, I think you all would have watched. In reality, we interact with the director of Mangalyaan and Dr. Mailsamy Annadurai, and that's what he also mentioned. Even in ISRO, they do a lot of jugaads, and we specialize in that because we are very, very conservative in spending money. And that's the reason, somehow or the other, we try to work it out. And yesterday, with all these jugaads, our satellite, Satish Dhawan Sat, went up to this space, went into space, and it started emitting signals. So, no pain, no gain. This is the quote that is very, very close to my heart, because there are so many people who laughed at me, who mocked at me, because I was not an engineer. I was just a commerce graduate, and I then went up to doing MBA after 16 years of my wedding and then a PhD. So people laughed and said, space is meant only for few people who are in ISRO or NASA. It's not for private people like me. More so, being a woman, there were a lot of fun made, but then to prove them all wrong, today I stand tall and strong, I should say, fighting with every brickbat that I get, saying that Indian children are the best. Given an opportunity to them, they will rock. They will go skyrocketing. So I do not want to bore you more, children. I think the best thing is start thinking. I want to leave a few notes before I finish. I want you all to think about what best suits you. Don't sit in your comfort zone. If you think I know to sketch, and if you think you want to do business only in sketching, then you're not doing the right thing. Please move out of your shell. Move out of your comfort zone. Start thinking tough. Be tough. Work hard. Work sincere. And the sky is not the limit for you, children. You cannot find success immediately, but definitely you will not fail when there is a lot of hard work and sincerity. So children, today you are all receiving these scholarships. Please do justice to this, because amid so much of screening and everything, you're receiving these scholarships. It's a lot. It truly means a lot. I understand. Every rupee means a lot. So do justice, and not only to your education, but to your motherland. Do justice for the birth that you have taken. Please understand the purpose of your birth and do justice for that. It is not minting millions, but how good you have earned millions of people's heart. That is more important. So we need more scientists for the country. We cannot keep importing things. So engineering students are the most sought of and wanted in our country. So please be here, be there in India, do good for India. Jai Hind, children.